Okay, Jifa. This is Mark Anthony here. This is Mark My Words. Uh, we're returning for the 2023 Jifa season. Had an opportunity to get out to the Kickoff Classic and watch two terrific first games of the season. Um, when I'll be keeping an eye on the chat, guys, if I best I can. Um, this is a little bit different than others. This is just me giving my opinion. There's going to be some times where I'm going to have some people on here, and kind of depends on how the flow goes. But this is a quick one for me today. I'm going to jump right into it. The two games I saw. Let's start with the Cyclones, and for me, the biggest thing was, I expected the Cyclones to win. I expected the Cyclones to dominate. I I expected the Cyclones to come with a certain level of energy that maybe I hadn't seen in a couple years, or maybe you got lax to it because of the winning so often. So I felt like there was going to be this redemption energy that you would get, and I did get that feeling. I just didn't get it from everything. I felt like the Cyclones' defense was it felt different to me. When I think about the top defenses in the league, when I think about what the Vikings are going to bring to the table on defense, when I think about what I assume the Comanche are still going to bring to the table, especially at the defensive line, I didn't feel that. Now, that might have just been me week one. And again, they scored 6 points, none on offense. The Bolts did. I get that. But at the same time, it just felt like if some of those receivers could catch a ball or two more consistently than they were, then we'd be having a whole different conversation. Not that they would have won the game, but if they can move the ball down the field and put a couple in the end zone, something that the Cyclones in past years, we've known the historic dominance that the Cyclones on both sides of the ball have had, but thinking of the historic defenses that we've seen from them, it just doesn't feel like the same. I'm feeling like I'm searching for a playmaker, and I know Gabe George is there, and I know that there are playmakers on that defense. I just feel like I want to see it. This week coming up, you have the Wildcats against the Cyclones, so I think that's our opportunity to see a high-powered offense against that defense. And I think, to me, that's the biggest intrigue with where the Cyclones sit with the rest of the league. I think they're clearly and obviously still at the top. Greg, that offense, Brent, everything that they put together, they're still going to score 70 if they want to. But I'm afraid if they're giving up 40, that's going to be a different scenario for them this season. I saw Mr. Predictor out there giving the predictions. Looks like the feeling is that the Williamsport finally has enough offensive firepower to take the Cyclones down or to compete at the highest level in this league. And to transition to them, I would agree with that. I think that coming into this season, the hype that Williamsport has had on them is probably bigger than it's been in a while. Part of that is JR and coming in and riling up everything from last year and really making a statement where you almost feel like when JR is on the field and he has the ball, you don't know what's going to happen. That goes for many of their playmakers. Ewok, I know Nolan's still over there. For me, even Sweeting, adding Sweeting this year, the change in the leadership of the Wildcats, I think that all resonated in this game. I feel like that their energy matched what I would expect to see from a top tier team. And the Skyhawks are no joke. I think that the the talent and the level of competition that you're getting from them versus what you were getting from, say, the Bolts. I would have loved to see what a Skyhawks team was going to do against, that Cyclones defense, because I think it would have been, like I said, even a little bit different. So I'm very, very, very intrigued to see the Wildcats against the Cyclones. I wish that was the game I was getting to this week. I don't think it's going to be. I'm sure we're going to have somebody going live and things like that. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to that. The big thing I've been thinking about more than anything, at least from the Wildcats' perspective, because I want them to be successful. I look forward to everyone. I think there's a way for everybody to be successful in this league, even though everybody can't win. But to watch a Wildcats team come back from where they were maybe a couple years ago, and people, or are they going to fold up shop finally after so long? I don't think they're anywhere close to that, and it's exciting to see this league still have a representation from 13 or plus years ago, still in the league. The Cyclones themselves have been in the league a long time, so the ability to have these two teams kind of jump at each other next week, to me is going to be the best opportunity to kind of see where the top level of the valley and the mountain are. I still think that you're going to see a different level of defense from the Comanche and the Vikings that I don't know if I've seen with the Wildcats or the Cyclones yet. I think the Wildcats have these growing pains to go through. They're a new team together. You got some new additional players that have come in from the outside. So I think that's going to be an interesting idea to see how they can come together. If I had to, I feel like just based on everything I saw on Saturday, it feels like the Wildcats. I feel like their defense can make more plays than the Cyclones' defense, and that to me is going to come down to it. I don't really have a prediction. I'm still leaning Cyclones. If I have to bet on somebody, obviously that I have a tattoo on my leg that indicates I should probably bet with the Cyclones. So in these cases, when it comes down to it, it's a flip of a coin. I really think that the Cyclones have the edge because of Greg Medina, because of Brent, because of the history, because of Matt and Stum and Nyhard and everybody else that has been a part of that core. I think that Matt Jeward is the defensive coordinator now. I talked with him, and I feel like he made me kind of understand that they're just going to slowly unroll things as they go, and that makes perfect sense. So this might be me putting my foot in my mouth, and the Cyclones go out next week and just take care of business against the Wildcats, and then I have to eat all these words. That's okay, because what I saw was soft coverage, very weak, nothing energy, even when it's coming to attacking the ball when the ball's thrown. If these receivers are halfway there, they're making plays. So I want to see the energy. I'm sure we're gonna see it. I know if I know anything from them, they don't need extra motivation to come out there and beat you up on the field. So they don't need anybody else to tell them that they didn't do a good job. They saw the game, but to me, from an outsider's perspective, watching things, the Cyclones' defense looked different than it has in years past. I also think that means the same thing for the Wildcats, but in the other energy. So very much looking forward to those games. That game, week 1. With that said, I think it's really exciting to watch the Bolts and the Skyhawks this season, because I think both teams are going through this transition. Even though the Bolts are brand new, we've had that leadership here in the league before. Boozy has done a good job at making sure that he fields a team when he has them. Hopefully that they can keep the talent there and they can build around that. But I like the energy over there. Sorry if I'm back. Same with the Skyhawks. I think that I didn't get a chance to talk to a lot of those guys, but I think that their future is bright as well. So I think that now we're going to get to see some of these teams maybe at the lower section kind of handle each other this week. Week 1's going to be a huge week. I encourage everyone out there to follow us, watch all the podcasts. If you guys are not watching on Mondays, Inside the GFA is back. That's really where you want to get all your information that's happened for the week. As well, in 4th and 20 on a Wednesday, you have me coming in on a Thursday. You have Trey Gilchrist doing his thing on Friday. I think King's Corner might have been right before this today too. So a lot of things going on in GFA. I'm looking forward to, more than anything, hearing all the perspectives from everybody. And I think right now I'm going to get a chance to watch the Vikings this week, travel to Hazleton. And I think that the Hazleton Mustangs are going to be the biggest surprise if things kind of go their way. If they can all of a sudden be in the middle of the pack in the Valley, winning 5 games this year, that kind of thing, that's obviously going to be the big surprise for everybody. But I think how they do it is going to be the thing. Bringing the McNultys in and things like that, I think that's going to be very exciting to watch. I think the Vikings are going to be, to me, if everybody is the same, if the team is the same, I think that it's just going to be really tough for any team. Cyclones, Comanche, doesn't matter. Well, Wildcats. I don't think it's going to be easy for any team to beat that team without flawless. I just think that they have too much going on. So no matter what, listen, let's keep an eye on things. This is just the start of 2023. We have so much going on. I will be on the sideline. If there's a chance that I change things and get to the Cyclones game, that's great. Everybody out there, stay safe this week. Everybody stay healthy. And that's all we can ask for, all right? Good luck to everybody this week, and we'll talk soon.